Okay, today I know I have my earpiece in, but it's because I'm watching something on my iPad and I'm doing a reacting video. So if you would like to see my reaction to this video, stay tuned. And I'm doing a reacting video to Nelo's Okeke. She is based in Nigeria, in Port. If I'm not saying the name right, I apologize. If you don't know who Nelo is, she is a Nigerian YouTuber. And a friend of mine sent me a couple of videos to react to and how I feel as an American wife. And the name of the video is The Sad Truth About Nigerian Marriage. And this almost broke my marriage. So I'm going to press play.
In case you're seeing my face for the first time, hi, I'm Nelo here to do the Lord's work. The God sends me. People think that they'll just marry and just wake up and just continue the way they were living and just do anything they want without being accountable.
Wow, she is not pulling no strings. She's already saying that the internet will have you messed up if you think that you can live the same way your life is after you got married. And I, for one, am truthfully telling you guys, you're not. That what she's saying is true from the jump off. So let's just get into it and listen to it.
Really? Because you only live once, so we'll do what the heck we want, what the F we want. All right, sister, brother. If that's what you're thinking, do not drag someone's daughter or someone's son into your life. You guys, I have my note though. If you see me looking down, now because I get notes, because when I'm out here to do the Lord's work, I have to make notes. I do not want to forget any important part, okay? So many things that are normal in marriages, people are making it seem like a big deal. I'm going to focus on maybe 5 or 6 examples today.
Okay, so the funny thing about it is, she's saying God has sent her to do the work of God. And then she goes in hard. And I'm supposed to thank her for doing the Lord's work. Let's see what the Lord's work is. And mind you, I have not watched this video, so y'all will get my true reaction to what she is saying.
Now, let's start from the first one, what people term as controlling, okay? Whenever I hear, her husband is controlling her. His wife is controlling him. That one not even gets say, they are controlling that one. That one does not have a choice. That thing annoys me. Like, I find that thing so annoying. Quite all right. There are some people that are being controlled. We're not here for those people today, okay? Because I know in every video like this, somebody will come out and tell me, but it also happens. Of course, it also happens, but that is not why we're here today. We're here talking about the basic attributes that people are mistaking for bad things. Do you understand? So that we'll not just argue in the comments. People term a lot as controlling, okay? Like, say, a man. Now, let me even use men, because I think men use this term a lot. So let's say a man goes to work, and then after work, him and his colleagues, they decide to go and have a drink and maybe go to club or whatever. A normal man will get sense. A normal human being will be inside marriage. First thing they're supposed to do is they will call their wife, say, babe, the boys and I, we've decided to go clubbing and go get drinks from here. So I'll be back, say, 10 p.m., 1 a.m. Like, I just wanted to let you know, right? Normal, standard. Because if it were me, that's exactly what I would do. Like, I've gone to have lunch or dinner with my friends sometimes, and then it turned into girls' night out. First thing I do.
Okay, so I think my husband is controlling. Hear me out before you go there. My husband has done things that made me feel like he is controlling. So what she frames as controlling, let's see if her and my opinion is the same. Because if a husband just want to know where you at, I think now I'm seeing it more as a part of his custom and courtesy. So I don't think that that's the part that's controlling. I think other parts, like when I tell you that he is set on this rock and don't want to move, now that I feel is a little bit controlling, because we're in this together. You're not separated. We're married. We should make decisions together, especially if they're major decisions like this. And you just sat on this rock and like I'm holding it down. So let's see what her opinion of controlling is.
Please, Oga, they say make we go club. Oh. I'm just informing you now that from here with the entire club, I go jam you for house for nights. You guys get. It's the first thing I do, like any normal person, right? And sometimes it might even be that their wife already had plans. Oh, say when you come back, I go out. Or say my husband was waiting for me to come back. Then he's supposed to go out, and we've already agreed that.
Go get drinks,
when I call him, I'll be like,
hey,
babe, I know that you were supposed to go out, but please, I beg, I want to go out with my friends. Can you just stay longer? No. Then tomorrow, don't worry, I'll stay with them. You know, conversation like normal people. They will say, see as your wife they control you. Don't feel come up without your wife. You they look for your wife permission to go out. Jesus, men are dumb. Men are dumb. Like, I'm sorry, not all men. Okay, sorry. I'm tired of a back and forth attack. I beg, make no attack me today. Not all men. Some men are dumb. Okay, because how are you seeing this as controlling? How are you seeing this as taking permission from your wife? Why are you not informing your partner about your whereabouts? How is that not normal? Okay, am I shouting at people? Am I looking into your eyes and shouting sorry? But how is that not normal? Like, how is that not a normal thing? You're supposed to let your partner know before you make decisions. And this is not even just when it comes to going out and hanging out. Before you make decisions, yes, make them call and permission, no wahala. But you're supposed.
This is like asking or informing. It's a difference. She's telling her husband, okay, this is what I'm going to do. I have to ask. I literally have to say, hey, can I go out with the girls, or can I do this even before we even go? Sometimes I leave things at last minute in my marriage just so I don't have to argue about it, and I could be like, well, they're all going and I want to go with them. So what she's saying is true. That just a common courtesy to let them know, hey babe, I'm going to the store, or hey babe, I'm going this place. But I have to give a whole roster of where I'm going, and that's why in her case, this is not controlling. This is just the courtesy of letting the person know, yeah, I'm not going to be at home, I'm going out. In my case, I have to ask. So yeah, this is not controlling.
You're supposed to let your partner know. Standard. Ouch. I'm so badly to take. I just said that word. They just pay me here.
That's
your prayers. It will not work. I must finish this video. You're supposed to let your partner know your whereabouts. You're supposed to let them know your plans. Telling your partner your plans and them telling you what they think, them giving you suggestions, it is not being controlling.
That is normal.
Okay, let us leave controlling as controlling. We know the ones that are controlling. When you see real controlling, you know. All these men, now your wife they control them now. You don't even if you do anything without talking to your wife. This is my guy. My guy, now so you be. Why they let woman control you like this? Now woman now they tell you whether you go club with your boys.
Standard, yes, that's true.
You're lacking it. Now, this whole cooking thing, see, this is one of the, like cooking and cleaning, right? Cooking and cleaning together. This is one of the dumbest arguments I always see online.
Which is true.
I always find it so dumb when I see this argument online. Cooking and cleaning, okay? See, the fact is, the actual fact, in case, I'm sure some of you know this, deep down you know, but let me tell you again. The fact is that as a Nigerian woman, a lot of us were taught to cook, right? Standard, basic, we know. Our mothers back in the day, and their mothers and their mothers' mothers, when women would be in the kitchen, the men were out doing any other thing but cook, right? So the reality now is that a lot of men, a lot of our husbands now, their friends,
now she's ringing up, and mind you, that's another thing that I said on one of my previous videos. Ugly plug. If you haven't seen that video, please go back and watch that video before you watch this one, because another thing I complain about that I hate about marriage, that I don't like, is the fact that I am a woman and I have to cook and clean. The cooking part, not so much no more, because my husband know I work. I'm at the job like 24/7. I would sleep at the job because I like money. I like nice stuff. And y'all see I go shopping a lot. So because of that, I hate cleaning. I hate to have to come to a dirty house. Trust me. So now I have to clean after two grown men. And she's talking about
our
it now.
Fathers and people that were born, in our generation and generation after us, before us, right? A lot of them cannot cook. A lot of those men, they cannot cook, right? Yes, you can learn how to cook today in 2022. But let's just assume now, as a woman and a man, you're married to a man that cannot cook. Why is that a constant argument? Okay, imagine it if your husband was the one that could cook and you cannot cook, and he's
So she says, because of she being Nigerian, that's also in my culture. As you know, well, you might not know, but my parents were islanders, so they're from St. Croix and they're from the Bahamas. So my mom and my dad was raised old school. So yes, I was taught to cook for my husband. I was taught that. I was taught to clean and make sure the house is kept clean. But in today's age, that does not make sense in my world because I work more than my husband. I go to work more than my husband. My husband has one job and I have other jobs, and plus I help and make money on the side. So, and then I do YouTube, and that was a lot of stuff and confusion that was going on with that. Well, I had to stop YouTubing because, again, I was getting depressed. But that's another story. I explained that. But I had to slow down some things just to do those things that he needed me to do. So I'm sitting up here and I'm watching this video, and we have similar backgrounds because she is Nigerian and I, though born in America, was not raised as an American. I was raised more as an islander, to take care of your man, to make sure you have the house clean, to make sure you cook. So yes, I am in a sense that way also.
doing the cooking for you. Nobody's going to talking on social media and say, yes, yeah, wait till they talk, goals, this one, that one, yes. But because you are not cooking and taking care of your family, now work, now insult. People, it's not a trend. People are coming, I don't cook, I don't clean, I don't.
The funny thing about it is my husband know how to cook. And he cooks his own food. The majority of the time, I cook like possibly, I would say twice a week, possibly twice a week. But my husband will cook, so I don't have a problem with that. But he would prefer me to cook. It's just that he knows I can't with my schedule. So he has compromised on that.
And another reason why I feel like this argument is so dumb and so stupid is the fact that, for me now personally, I like cooking, so I cook. I hate cleaning, I don't clean. I hire people to do it. You will never catch me and my husband arguing about the house is dirty, who will clean the house. Now, is it not you that, hey, when there are people to pay to clean it, if two of you hate it that much, because women are complaining, we don't like it. Men, we don't like it, we don't know how to do it. Pay someone to do it. And if you cannot afford to pay someone to do it, then two of you should just come, sit down and say, okay, you sabi, you're working, you're making money, you sabi wash car, you do this in the house. Okay, me, let this be my own contribution. Because a lot of women want to eat our cakes and have it. See, I'm saying this as it is.
Wow.
If you vex, I'm sorry. But want to eat our cakes and have it. Okay, a lot of I say Nigeria. I know people living abroad is a different case. Abroad, a lot of women and men are working and contributing equally financially, contributing equally at home, taking care of their kids together, paying bills together.
Okay, so that's my problem, because in my relationship, there's no compromise like that. What she's talking about, both of them get it. My husband expect me to still clean and cook. And if I bring somebody in here to clean, it's just going to be a lot of confusion because, again, he expect me to do it. He doesn't want somebody else that he doesn't know coming in and touching his clothes or touching his situation. So with that, this is where I feel is unreasonable in this case, because with my husband part, not with her. But it's the truth. What she's saying is true. That we should be able to compromise. I should say, okay, but even if I do clean, you should be able to maintain it.
Together, when people are doing things together like this, not they put eye for them, or it's not the same with your situation. It is not the same, okay? Your husband is taking care of your life. He's taking care of your mother's life. He has bought house for your mother, built house for his mother, rented house for your sisters, paying your sister's school fees, your brother's school fees, paying his own sister, his brother, doing this for his family, doing that for your family. He's doing all that. Jen spoiled. Bros, Jen has spoiled. Car needs mechanic. Car needs repair.
Wow.
Baby, I'm just on the road. The car just spoiled. I don't know what to do. Bam, Oga will send mechanic to you. So many things
that's not how we live in America.
You cannot do things you cannot even dream of doing.
But
right?
no, let me say this because I really want to come to this cross. My husband will do for my family. That has not, he's done for my family in the past. Like if they need something, he's there. So yes, this is how we are in America, but he does not financially cover anybody in my family like she stated.
That you sabi do. You see this one small thing. The one thing that you can do, that small cooking, why are we still arguing about it? It's a different case.
Wow.
I know some people will also argue, yes, I'm contributing, I'm doing this, I'm doing that. Okay, but Shebi, you're the one that can cook. You already know he can cook. Oh yeah, call him and take the hands of time. We'll go back to our mothers, and tell them, raise your boys right. Raise these boys, teach them how to survive. Teach them how to cook, clean. Teach them basic life skills. But they did not teach them. That's a fact, though. I'm not saying you should go and blame your mothers, but yes, we kind of blame them. We blame them for a lot because it's easier to blame them. Okay? Teach these boys basic life skills. They were not taught
my husband
these
can
things.
cook and clean. He just decided that he wants me to do
even
it.
if you were not taught, you should teach yourself. But we need to start cutting people some slacks, okay? If they are trying in other aspects, just manage. See, if not, you will run
His
mad.
mom taught him
Me,
how
when
to
I give you this
survive.
advice, I don't learn. Me, that time, hey, my husband was sponsoring my whole life, sponsor my generation, do everything. Anything I want, in ways that he should be a man, he's been a man. You get what I mean? He's been a man in ways that I should be a man. But seriously speaking,
Funny thing about this is when before when it was just me and my sons, I made sure that both of them know how to wash clothes, both of them know how to cook the basics, how to use a microwave, how to clean. I made sure of that because I didn't want them to go into a situation where they are totally dependent on their wives to do all of that. Yes, if she does it, yes, that's good. But I've taught you how to do it to maintain. My son still, just like his daddy, he wants me to do everything. And no, I don't need to do everything.
there are just
Wow.
things in my own household I consider gender roles when it comes to a man. There are some things you should do, even though me, I consider myself as a do everything kind of woman anyways. But there are just some things that it's not an argument who would do in the house. And why is it that the one thing I can do well and I enjoy as well, I shouldn't do it, or because I want to argue, you should know how to cook too. You should know, but as you don't know, what will not happen? It's so annoying that little things are now causing marriages to just scatter. Like, imagine you coming now to village meeting, they say, what's happening? Say, because I always cook. What does he do? He does not cook. Okay. I've told you people before, I bring 100 that I can bring, you bring 100 that you can bring, and it makes the marriage. Cooking and cleaning should not be an argument. If you don't know how to do it, if you don't like to do it, hire somebody. If you don't know how to do it, or you don't like doing it, and your husband doesn't know how to do it, and he doesn't like doing it, so we should have the conversation. Hire a cook then. Be buying food often if you can buy it.
I wish we could hire
cleaners if you
somebody
can
in
do it.
America.
Again, this is for normal people, normal marriage. You'll not be those ones
And
that
we
are
do
obviously
buy.
maltreating.
We eat a lot of takeout.
Those are not the people we're talking about today. The next thing I want to touch on is respect. Okay, I feel like I'm spending too much time on each topic, so I'm going to be fast now. I promise. Is respect, okay? Respect is reciprocal. I believe in that thing so much. I cannot respect a husband that does not respect me. You see, the way you embarrass me, I will embarrass you. You want to disgrace me, I will disgrace you even more. Okay?
It's so like taboo in Nigeria because men can demand respect from a woman and still disrespect her. Like I know some husbands that does this. I'm not saying my husband is one of the ones that does this, but I know some husband that does this. They will disrespect their wives in front of other people. Like I was at a party. This has nothing to do with this video. I was at a party and the wife came in and the husband was over with his friends and she went and asked her husband what would he like to eat because they didn't have what he normally would eat. And he got mad and started insulting her in front of everybody. So yeah, respect is respect.
Okay, I give what I receive. That's how my brain.
And she said she give what she received, which is
dealing with people
what I do.
Like
if
around
you
me,
disrespect me,
when it
I'm
comes
a
to
disrespect.
my kids, my friends,
I'm
it's
American,
reciprocal.
so.
Like I don't give what I don't get. Treat people how I want to be treated, especially men. I think this one goes to men because I feel like a lot of women are taught to respect their husbands. Okay, they teach us these things from a very young age, but a lot of men are not taught to respect their wives. men respecting
And
their
that's true
wives is
also.
something that a lot of Nigerian men lack. Come close. Let me tell you, if you're a Nigerian man watching this, I'm sure somehow, you know they respect your wife. It's just something that a lot of Nigerian men lack. And sometimes not even on purpose, right? They don't even know it's disrespect. They saw their father be talking to their mother anyhow. They saw their father doing their
And
mother
this
anyhow.
is
It
what I'm
becomes normal
saying.
to them. It becomes how to treat a woman. A woman's needs becomes secondary to their own. Do you get, like, a woman's feeling, a woman's everything becomes secondary. Nigerian men, make I warn you people
Which
now,
is
you can
true.
do better. You see that way you like to be treated, treat your wife exactly that way. Okay, this particular part of the message is for you people. The world is so damaged that a man who respects his wife is seen as weak. Is he not stupid? A man who respects
Wow.
his
But
wife
it is
and
true.
have regards for his wife is
When we first started dating, my husband didn't want me to be embarrassed, so he would go and get my food. And then again, I don't eat meat. So most of the dishes would have meat, and then he knew what I could eat and what couldn't eat. So he would take up my food. It caused so much confusion at the beginning of our marriage when we would go out because people would look at, and then I was like, no babe, let me do it. Let me see what I could eat. And that was at the very beginning of our marriage, where I would go out to parties, like the first couple of parties. I mean, not home parties, because home parties I can pretty much navigate what I want to eat. But I'm talking about big major parties. My husband would get my food, and women will just dog me out. Like, the women were nasty to me because my husband would go and get my food. I'm like, hello, that's not that. I don't know what to eat. But they didn't know that at the time. They were like, "Oh, American." I was just like, for the longest in our relationship, they would say his name and say I'm his wife. And that just made me tease because they would know, I would introduce myself, they would know my name, but still will say I'm this person's wife. So yeah.
seen as being controlled. It's seen as weak. Ah, that man. Now the woman they wear the trouser for the marriage now. Don't be that one. That one, that one where the wife they
See?
control. Now the woman they wear the trouser for the marriage. That is exactly how they're going to put it.
And
Because he has
because
regard for
another
his
thing
wife.
is because I was
Because he refuses to stay
American,
out with his friends to go and
yeah,
babysit his children because his wife has
this
to
right
go
here
to her
was
friend's party
just
that night. Hey, hell, don't let me
yeah.
go. A woman go party, man stay at home, take care of children. Abomination. You people, this is 2022, okay? This is 2022. The same way we are telling women, if you can cook, just do it. If you can clean, just do it. The same way men,
Which
if
is
you
true.
know that you can stay with your children, must your wife slave every day? Why can you not just respect your wife? A lot of men don't have respect for their wife. They God, even though I've seen, well, I've heard of men. Actually, I think I've seen like once or twice. If you see the way some men talk trash about their wife, that one, I beg, leave that nonsense, man. Just talking rubbish. No respect when it comes to your friends and family, when it
Wow.
comes to your wife. How will your mother even respect your wife when you do not respect your wife in front of your mother? You do not, but you expect your wife to come and greet you. Nah, good afternoon. This one, that one. But you cannot accord her the same respect. It's really
Wow.
bad though. It's bad. Seriously speaking, like if you're a man, learn to respect your wife. Okay,
Which is
let them
true.
call you
This is
to
nothing she
see. Let
says
them
that
say your wife is controlling you. Should be you're living
I'm
happily.
like,
Should be you're in a happy marriage. Because these are basic things that people are making a big deal out of. These are basic things that people are making seem like it's a big deal. So you are giving your wife common respect. They are telling you, now your wife they wear the trouser, and you are not feeling bad. You now go home.
to
I
be
want to show you.
funny, this has happened in the past, and my husband did when I told him, I said, you know what, whenever you go around that person and they say stuff, you come back home with a different attitude. And that's when he realized that, yeah, let's not talk about it in public. Let's try to talk about it outside of public. So that's when we kind of got like on another path for our marriage, because that beginning path was just totally Nigerian. Some of the stuff that she's reframing to is what occurred in my marriage at the beginning. Like, a lot of men will come up to my husband and say, why are you getting that for her? Like, why are you bringing her a plate? Like, he was like, yeah, my wife is for my wife. And they couldn't understand that I couldn't eat the food. It was just common courtesy that he wanted me to be able to experience and eat his food, and I didn't know what to get. That was also before I learned how to cook his
Your wife
food.
that you're not the ogga, problem will set in your marriage. Are you happy? Those people you're trying to please, you don't even know the nonsense they're taking in their own
Wow.
house. Those ones might even be the ones that their wife used to beat at home. But they'll come out outside and be trying to make you feel like I'm a man, and make you feel like you're not the man, and you'll be falling for it. Let us all be wise in this 2022, please. Respect is reciprocal.
Wow.
Respect your wives. Respect them the
That's
same way you
not.
want them to respect you. There's nothing demeaning about respecting people. There is absolutely nothing demeaning. I'm focusing on men in this one because I feel like a lot of women already respect their husbands, but a lot of men don't respect their wives. There's nothing demeaning about respecting your wives. Okay? Whew, and that thing, if you don't like to forgive, I give you 6 months to 1 year. I'm sure you've heard this a lot of times. The first year or 2 years of marriage is the hardest.
Wow.
The kind of fight when my husband fought first year and second year of marriage, argument, any small thing, argument. Now, even when I'm seeing you do that kind of thing, I say, you say, if you're tired, continue. I will help you and buy it. Continue doing that thing. I don't even care anymore. But seriously, jokes apart, forgiveness. Because it's not easy to live with a total stranger. You might have been dating for 10 years, trust me, a stranger will be to you. They don't bond two of you together in the same house. They don't grow up together, and are still stranger. And tomorrow you divorce that man, he become a stranger too as well. So point is, you have to learn to forgive. If you're the kind of person that always carries things in mind, marriage is not for you. If my husband watches it, he'll be like, now you talk this one. Because my husband believes that I'm always carrying things in mind. But no, I forgive. I just don't forget easily, okay? I've forgiven you. If I use it as an example next year, it doesn't mean I've not forgiven you. I've actually forgiven you, but I just have to use it as an example. Whenever I bring up something like that, my husband will be like,
Okay, and the funny thing about this whole thing that she's saying about forgiveness, it's like, as an American married to a Nigerian, I had to learn, like, don't take a lot of the things to heart that he says to me, because my husband will say stuff in frustration, and I would think that it's like, he would say stuff and I would automatically take offense. I would be on the defense. And I had to learn how to forgive the things that he say, because sometimes he'll hear something, and that's another thing. Back in the old days, he would hear something and automatically think something else. I don't know why. It didn't translate as clearly as I thought it did. And being that I didn't at the time know I was ADHD, I would say something and not say it the way I think I'm saying it in my head. So we both had to relearn how to say things in order to come across clearer, if that makes sense.
Nelo. I say, sir, it's just an example. It doesn't mean I've not forgiven. I've just not forgotten. That's one thing again that internet is trying to make seem like a bad thing. Like if you forgive someone, hey, I will never forgive cheating. I will never forgive physical violence. There's some things that, hard to forgive. But there's some small mistakes that people make. And you're not woke now. If you forgive that man, you're not woke. Sis, how you still with that man? Oh no. If it was my husband now, I would have left it. Now lie.
She say it's true, because a lot of ladies would tell me stuff, and then like not even 20-30 minutes, guess what I promise you, I would find out that that same woman that told me stuff like this actually doesn't follow her own advice. So yeah, she's speaking the truth. They lie.
Do not listen to people. You should learn to forgive, because I keep telling people, your children will annoy you, your father, your mother, your sister's brother. Is it that stranger that you picked on the street that you met in a club last year that will not annoy you? You must learn to forgive. If you're not ready to be faithful, if you're not ready to submit to your wife and for her to submit to you, if you're not ready to to treat another person's child with respect that they deserve, I beg, no marry. Do not get married, because one thing that is now becoming normal now on social media is it not men? Men will do this, men will do that. They will not do anything.
Yeah.
If you're not ready, don't drag another person's child into your own mess, into your own messy way of living. If you're not ready to leave the streets, just remain on the streets. Do not go home. Okay? Do not go home. Don't go and be causing emotional abuse. Don't go and be causing emotional damage. Don't go and be stressing people's life. Don't go and be giving people heart attack. Is it good? It's not good. And let's stop normalizing this thing. Anyways, wait. I don't know if I've said this story time on my channel before. I remember I started removing myself from this particular person. I remember one time, I was newly married then, went to visit this person, and I was telling the person, I can't remember, I think my husband annoyed me the day before. So I was telling the person, see what happened though. I was even, all these men. Sis just told me, You're even still lucky. Don't worry now. Very soon he will change. Very soon when people have an argument, he will go out and stay out all night. And there's nothing you can do about it. You just have to manage. You know all these men, before you know it now, he will start cheating. Before you know, it was normal to her. She was not telling me that even her husband, before he didn't used to go out on the quarrel, but now he will just vex and go out and stay out all night. And there is no man now. Waiting man go do, waiting woman go do.
Yeah,
I
which
say,
is true.
my dad, I was just listening. Oh, wow, are you serious? Hey, yeah.
The thing about it is, I can count the number of hands that me and my husband has not slept in the same, slept together. I can count them, like, not to be funny, like I was off somewhere and he was home. I can count the number of days on my hands, and it's mostly when he can't make vacation. And we've been married 6 years, and it's not even a month. It's not. I don't even think. No, it's not even 30 days out of the 6 years that we've been separated. And actually, no, it still haven't been 30 days. So out of the whole 6 years we've been together, we have not been separated no more than less than 30 days out of 6 years.
Okay. Since that day, if you hear me open my mouth and tell that person something, you know that I'm stupid. I'm mad. Why are you trying to normalize that like it's normal behavior? Like men should be that disrespectful. Where are you going? We'll go there together. We'll not talk to each other. We'll go there and vex together. Where are you going? Where are you actually going? Like, there's actually a turning moment in my marriage that happened years ago. I vexed that day. I said,
Yeah,
I want to,
which is true.
I said, I want to go out. Like, what nonsense? My husband said, Lele. So of us will solve this problem in this room today before any of us will leave this room. It was so funny. This was years back. It was so funny. Like, what is the point of living a situation? Work on that situation. Don't get me wrong, though. Sometimes I know they even talk to the man self for some time. I'll not talk to him 1 day, 2 days.
Yeah.
Even more self sometimes. It doesn't mean we don't have time to quarrel and stuff, but it's not an excuse to be unfaithful. It's not an excuse to be stupid. It's not an excuse to be disrespectful. Let's stop making it seem like it's the normal thing. No, I need to cool off. You don't need to cool off in the parlor. I'll cool off in the room. Do you understand? If you're still on the streets, remain on the streets. Don't drag another person into your messy life. This goes to men and women, because some women live for streets past men. No. Don't be mistaken. Some of us were owners of the streets. The men are...
Okay, so most of the things that she said, I agree with. A lot of stuff, not so much. But if our backgrounds is so different, I look at her and I see, and I can relate to what is she talking about, because I've gone through similar things. So yes, she is right. This will break or make a marriage to a Nigerian. So that's the truth. I'm not gonna even front. What she's saying, it is true. But that was an eye-opener. I hope you like these videos, because I plan on reacting to a number of videos, and I know you see me in my birthday pajamas. This is the second video I've done in my birthday pajamas. Just wanted to point that out. And this is from Victoria's Secret. No, they do not have this no more, but this was last year. So thank you for coming to my channel. I appreciate you coming. Like, comment, and subscribe. And don't forget, I have other videos linked down below of how I found out I was ADHD and I don't like about marriage and the things that I love about marriage. So go and watch those.